Good day, and welcome to this important discussion about the future of Christian higher education. Today, we will deeply analyze this critical sector through several influential frameworks. Ezra Klein's concept of abundance, Anthony, Gilbert, and Johnson's dual transformation, Clayton Christensen's theories on disruptive innovation, and Michael Porter's five forces model. We'll use systems theory to help us understand the current state, trends, and future directions of Christian higher education, both in North America and around the world. To start, let's consider the broader landscape. Christian higher education faces a time of both significant opportunity and serious challenges. Technological advances, especially artificial intelligence and online learning platforms, promise greater accessibility and affordability. Simultaneously, regulatory constraints, cultural inertia, and market pressures create barriers to innovation. Ezra Klein, in his book Abundance, argues that much of what we experience as scarcity is artificially created through regulatory and systemic barriers. In higher education, especially within Christian institutions, such barriers might include overly rigid accreditation standards, resistance to technological integration, and deeply ingrained cultural practices that favor traditional models over innovative approaches. To achieve abundance, Christian universities need to critically evaluate these barriers and advocate for policies that foster flexibility, innovation, and accessibility. Scott Anthony, Clark Gilbert, and Mark Johnson, authors of Dual Transformation, offer a practical framework for navigating disruptive change. They suggest institutions must simultaneously reposition their core business while launching innovative new growth engines. For Christian higher education, this dual approach is essential. The core transformation, called Transformation A, involves updating and enhancing traditional campus experiences, perhaps by integrating new teaching methods or emphasizing holistic student formation. The second, Transformation B, involves pioneering entirely new models, such as online degrees, competency-based education, or global extension campuses. The link between these transformations is critical. Christian institutions possess unique assets, established reputations, strong alumni networks, and distinct missions emphasizing character and spiritual formation. Leveraging these strengths across both transformations can enable universities to innovate while staying true to their core identities. For instance, Southeastern University successfully implemented this dual strategy by strengthening its campus programs while launching extensive church-based extension sites and innovative online offerings, effectively utilizing their unique mission and brand. Clayton Christensen's concept of disruptive innovation further illuminates the environment facing Christian higher education. Disruption often arises from innovations that initially seem inferior but eventually transform industries by making services cheaper, simpler, and more accessible. In education, online learning platforms and AI-driven personalized learning are prime examples. Institutions that embrace these disruptive innovations rather than resisting them can thrive and expand their reach significantly. Liberty University's dramatic growth through online programs exemplifies this approach. By harnessing technology, Liberty made education affordable and accessible to thousands of students worldwide, turning potential disruption into an unprecedented opportunity. Yet, disruption carries risks. Christensen warns that established institutions that dismiss or delay innovation may find themselves obsolete. For Christian universities, the challenge is to proactively integrate new technologies without compromising their spiritual and educational missions. This delicate balance requires strategic foresight and an openness to experimentation. Now, let's apply Michael Porter's five forces model to better understand competitive dynamics within Christian higher education. Porter identifies five critical forces: the threat of new entrants, bargaining power of buyers, students and families, threat of substitutes, online or secular options, bargaining power of suppliers, faculty, donors, and rivalry among existing institutions. In the current landscape, the threat of substitutes is significant, particularly with secular online programs and alternative credentialing gaining popularity. To counter this, Christian universities must clearly articulate their unique value propositions, such as robust spiritual formation, community engagement, and personal mentoring. Institutions like Oral Roberts University have differentiated themselves successfully by integrating advanced technologies and emphasizing holistic student development. The threat of new entrants, including innovative church-based initiatives or global institutions entering new markets, remains moderate. Christian colleges can defend their position by leveraging their reputations, alumni networks, and established accreditation. Alpha Crucis University College in Australia illustrates how new entrants can disrupt markets by rapidly scaling and gaining accreditation, underscoring the importance of strategic agility. Competitive rivalry among Christian universities is intensifying due to demographic shifts and increased market saturation. Collaborative efforts, such as consortia or shared online platforms, can mitigate destructive competition. Bargaining power from students and families is growing due to more choices and transparency, forcing institutions to improve value and affordability. Meanwhile, faculty and donor influence remains substantial, particularly regarding mission alignment and innovation acceptance. A systems theory perspective helps us appreciate how these forces interact dynamically. Christian higher education is an interconnected ecosystem where regulatory changes, cultural values, technological advancements, and market pressures create feedback loops, some reinforcing innovation and growth, others resisting change and preserving tradition. Kevin Kelly's concept of what technology wants highlights inherent evolutionary trends in educational technology toward greater accessibility, affordability, and personalized learning experiences. For Christian institutions, embracing these evolutionary impulses aligns with their broader mission of spreading education and spiritual growth globally. However, institutions must strategically manage the tension between these technological impulses and cultural or regulatory constraints. Given these dynamics, a strategic roadmap emerges. First, Christian universities should adopt an abundance mindset, breaking free from scarcity thinking by proactively expanding access through innovative educational models. Second, dual transformation must be pursued diligently, enhancing traditional strengths while launching bold new initiatives. Third, differentiation should emphasize holistic education, integrating robust spiritual formation and community involvement that secular substitutes cannot replicate. Fourth, collaboration among Christian institutions can maximize resources and reduce harmful competition. Fifth, ongoing faculty and staff development is essential to ensure the successful integration of new technologies and teaching methodologies. Lastly, institutions must safeguard their core mission and spiritual identity, ensuring innovation enhances rather than undermines their foundational values. The future of Christian higher education depends on courageous, strategic action grounded in faith and innovation. By understanding the complex interactions of technological, regulatory, cultural, and competitive forces, Christian institutions can navigate disruption successfully, creating educational abundance while remaining faithful to their mission. This balanced approach promises a vibrant, globally connected future for Christian higher education, enabling it to continue shaping leaders who positively impact our world. Thank you.